I'm just gonna make this video for myself, or for a pretend person that I can pretend is listening. My cats, of course, listen. They have to. They're stuck inside a 700 square foot apartment with me. And even that, I can't continue to give them. I find nothing wrong with crying. In fact, I encourage crying. For myself, it's like one of the healthiest releases. But sometimes I think crying gets mistaken, or not even, mistaken, because it's not communicated in a way that another person feels it. Sorry, I've been dissociating a lot lately in terms of like very, very, like not even going into the other room and forgetting what I went in there for. It's like I don't even have the time to open up a new browser tab on my phone before I've already forgotten what I was about to look up. So that's made for like just a really just tough, shame inducing thing, because I should. I just should. And I know that that's not me talking. That's emotion mind. And probably the fact that, well, okay, a little side story. I got these new gummies, these THC, and I think it's like a 1-to-1 ratio, CBD THC. No, that's a lie. It's straight THC. But I got this specific gummy. I don't normally eat any of the edibles just because I have a hard time. My body metabolizes different things like just strange. And so I don't have like precise control over when it's gonna hit, and how hard it's gonna hit at once. So I don't normally use edibles, but I've been in a lot of pain. I just snorted. And I judge myself about the pain because I don't want to assume the worst in other people, but like I can see other people's perspective on why they might perceive what I'm intending to be educational and vulnerable and real as she's having a mental breakdown, or just like making fun of mental illness in general. See, something must have, like, as I was saying that, something must have caught my attention for just a millisecond because I finished the sentence and I forgot what we were talking. I'm in a room full of people, and they're all in my head. Not really. I don't hallucinate. I don't hear noises. I don't hear voices. What I do hear is these parts of me. Parts of the whole me. Almost like I'm a puzzle. And for whatever reason, I believe that I chose this life for myself. I mean, it's like, it's been a really hard life. Why would anybody choose this? I don't know, but there's a greater purpose. And I believe I did choose this life. And so while I endure this life, I try to be helpful to others. I try to bring feelings of confidence and encouragement and motivation to other people. I try to be a team player. And I feel like that makes me vulnerable for whatever reason to be treated just not with the level of respect that I deserve. Like I look younger than I am, apparently. I disagree, but so it's like I go into situations where, like, for example, I get a new job and somebody, most likely a narcissist that I work closely with, picks up on my intense empathy and kindness, and they take advantage of that. And because I choose to try every day to be kind and loving and compassionate in all my interactions, I don't always, speak up. But that's my choice. And, if it builds up and comes out like this, that's something I need to work on. But I was conditioned to be agreeable. It was my job within my family system to maintain peace at whatever cost that was. Usually my own. My whole life I feel like I've just talked too much. I don't want to be around people that cause me to feel that way. That cause me to feel like I need to shrink myself down. So that I'm seen in the way they want to see me. I don't know. More than, I don't know. I can't give you a number. Very few people in this world that I've met. I don't know if they understand me, but they feel me. Like they feel the struggles that I'm having, even if they don't really understand because they haven't experienced it. It's like there are those certain people who you can just feel the compassion and like warmth and love from them. But I don't have those people anymore. And it's not a pity party. It's not a blame game. It's painful. There's a lot of grief years later for certain things. There's been a lot of trauma in the past 5 years. Trauma that, like, I think because I had been in therapy for so long before that relationship, I understood what was considered toxic. And I felt trapped anyways. Since then, I'm a different person. And I don't blame, that person that I chose to share a life with. But I really, again, let the narcissist in on my weaknesses so they could take advantage of me. And my role model for all of this has always been very black and white. Like, I just looked up the time to see how much battery I have left. I forgot what I was talking about. The role model I had as a mother is like, has just recently become completely like, what the fuck? Like I have always looked to my mom for the answer to everything because she instilled this core belief in me that she knew all. And that was her own, her own trauma doing that. And it probably wasn't even conscious. it is the reality. So I don't know. I know I was talking about my mom and how basically she just taught me to sit still and smile. Cross my legs. Sit like a lady. She always wanted me to stop. Stop, Stephanie. I don't want to hear about it. I just walked in the door. I don't want to hear about it. I just sat down to eat dinner. I don't want to hear about it. I just sat down to relax for the night. I don't want to hear about it. Oh, you're having nightmares? You're having a panic attack as a 6-year-old? Well, I need my downtime. So go back to your bedroom. That message overall, just that one simple scenario, sums up my whole life. Not just my childhood. No. Until I'm 35. Till recently. Even now, it's like I still have these just like horrible thoughts about myself. I'm not good enough. If something's not perfect, I failed. And then it's like I felt growing up, and even as an adult, I also felt this like manipulative pattern of my mom where she would, I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg, but let's just say she would build up my confidence and tell me what I needed to hear as a kid, what every kid needs to hear. You're smart. You have friends. Your family loves you. We would never leave you. And you start to, in the very beginning, you develop a trust, like any natural human being would. And after that trust is broken, after, a scenario where it's like an example that I had heard from Teal Swan, who I'm a big fan of. So it's like your legs are broken, and it's because your mom just came up to you with a baseball bat and swung as hard as she could at your knees, and your knees buckled and you fall to the ground and you're like writhing in pain, and you're like, why would she do this to me? Like, why? It hurts. I don't understand what I did wrong. And then that same person kneels down beside you and says, well, I guess they say one of two things. One would be something along the lines of, why are you being so dramatic? I literally bumped into you. You're making a scene for no reason. Invalidation. Gaslighting. The list goes on. The second option is, oh, honey, are you okay? I'm so sorry you got hurt. I didn't do that, did I? That was something else. Oh my gosh, let me get you some ice. And I'll carry you into bed and put a movie on for you, and I'll just take care of you the rest of the day, okay? Mommy's so sorry. I love you so much. Do you see how that can be a problem? That is torture to a human being. To have someone, not just someone, to have the person you rely on for life itself, your caregiver, when you have this gaslighting, just manipulative, devious pleasure almost. I would say that does a lot. I don't want to compare, but I would say that does the most fucking damage, because you end up growing into an adult that has no sense of self. You don't. I would have to go into a lot of like early childhood development stuff. And I don't think you guys, I'm talking to myself. I act like I'm going to post this on YouTube. Maybe I will. Yes, I mean, I'll be a zombie, but whatever. I got distracted looking at myself. Oh, but yeah, it's just it teaches you this pattern of having relationships with people who cut you off at the knees, and then either feel no remorse and completely don't understand why you're making such a big deal out of things, or they come in and they save the day, and somehow them cutting off your knees wasn't really them cutting off your knees. Why? Because they have you brainwashed. So what's right and wrong? What do I believe? Can I trust people? I love the feeling of comfort, of genuine connection and intimacy. I got really insecure because I forgot what I was talking about, because I noticed that I'm rocking, and I got embarrassed about that too. Wow, this one's gone. Yeah, anyway, whatever, my family, whatever, I'm just grieving that right now, I don't know. But lots of new stuff in my world happening. Homegirl can't get it together in terms of finances, and I want to defend myself in that by saying I simply just do not make enough money to pay my bills. Like, I don't go out and buy coffees, and every now and then I might, like if there's a coupon or something, but I don't go like buy anything that's not essential. I mean, I might have like more expensive things, like my face wash might be more expensive or whatever, my shampoo. But it's not that I been frivolously. I am so far below the poverty line, and I can no longer afford my apartment or any apartment that I have found yet. So I am in process packing up my apartment once again, selling the things that I've collected over the years, going through all the old memories, grieving what I wish would have been. Grieving the way I'm treated. And not understanding why. No, it's late. My cats are probably so annoyed. They're very finicky. That's the other thing. Like, I'm moving my stuff into a storage unit. I don't have a place to live, which that's not that big of a deal. I've lived in my car before, and really I don't mind, honestly. But I have 2 cats, and I am very attached to them in a sense of I'm very attached to them. Like, I get anxiety when they're not around. So I can't, like, leave them at a boarding place, or like, I've looked into it. I can't do that. And so they can't live in the car with me because that just wouldn't be fair to them. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. But for the time being, I'm packing up so that I don't get charged an extra month here at my apartment. Getting everything hauled into storage, me, myself, and I, and my broken back and knee and hip. Needs to move my entire apartment into a 10 by 10 storage. I don't know. I mean, they say it gets easier, but mine's been backwards. It's just getting harder. And I'm just getting more tired. And I don't want any help. Not like I don't, like, I'm trying to go to rehab, but nothing like that. But like, financially, I don't want an offer for a place to stay. I don't want an offer for money. I don't want anything from anybody. It's important to me. It's vital to me that I do this on my own. So if that means I don't know. I don't know what that means. That's the struggle I'm having, is I don't even know what options there are anymore. I have none. I have a little car. I just have to trust that the universe will provide what is needed. Maybe this is an experience that will humble me, because I have all this stuff that's not important. Maybe this is my way of shedding my old life. Wish me luck.